So the end for Wenger begins as Arsenal claim a 4-1 win over West Ham, but that game was anything short of a 4-1 win. It was a very, very interesting game. Lots of different events, lots of different game changes, and it kind of, Arsenal started well and then it fell flat. West Ham had a couple of dangerous moments in the first half. In the second half, we got the goal and then West Ham came back and bounced back. And then kind of in the last 10-15 minutes, we kind of turned on the gears. 2 goals for LACAZETTE'S to put him in good stead for our game against Athletico Madrid on Thursday, which is a crucial game and the pivotal game for our season. And Aaron Ramsey cooked up a goal in the 82nd minute despite West Ham equalising from Arnautović and Moneral opening proceedings just into the second half. Welcome back to analysing Arsenal. These are my thoughts and feelings to the game at the Emirates Stadium in the Premier League as Arsenal face West Ham. Now, I'm not going to spend too much on the game because I really kind of want to talk about kind of Wenger and the beginning of the end for him. But what I will say in the game quickly, as it was it finished 4-1, but it was not a 4-1 game. Like, generally, it was just not a 4-1 game. I was interested to see how the team were going to respond. Obviously, for the news that Wenger was going to, leave. And sorry, something literally just came up on my computer about Arsenal that kind of diverted me away from this video. So, it was one of those games where, Arsenal started fairly strong, but we weren't really penetrating. And that's been our major problem. We've got 2 areas of, concern that the new manager when he comes in has got to address. Firstly, defensively, we're absolutely shocking. But secondly, we've got to ensure and we've got to make sure that, we stop trying to pass it and walk it in. Constantly we're trying to walk it in over and over and over again. And it's just that's not the way you play. You've got to penetrate. You've got to shoot. I was literally sitting next to my dad and I kept screaming, pleading at the telly, shoot, 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 shoot. If I had a jar right next to me that for every time in an Arsenal game that I said the word shoot and put £1 into that jar, by the end of it, I'd have a lot of money. Because honestly, they just don't make their chances. They need to keep shooting. Like, honestly, surprisingly, it's clearly what Michael Owen used to say, if you don't shoot, you don't score. Honestly, if you don't shoot, you don't score. Way too many often times. And particularly in that first half, we just tried to walk in. And West Ham looked quite dangerous. They had a couple of really good, decent chances. Arnautović, obviously, we've got West Ham's equaliser. He looked very, very good today. And he, on a better day, and if he had better support surrounding him, he would have created us, caused us a much more kind of greater number of problems, really. Because, Arnautović is one of those players where he does it great. He gets away from defenders. He creates space, but he needs either support on the left or the right hand side to cut the ball in. He can't do everything on his own and he's quite isolated, so it makes Ospina's job of trying to block the shots that come in quite easy. And for defenders, when you're just, when you've got 2 or 3 defenders, and even in Arsenal's case, we still make a pig's ear of it. But when defenders have got 1 lone striker and there's 2 or 3 of them, it normally is quite easy for them to shield off and put the danger and cease the danger into becoming an oncoming halt, really. And the first half wasn't really great. The atmosphere was great. I'll talk about the atmosphere and it being the beginning of Wenger's end. But for the players, it's kind of a pivotal game because now, even though they're not fighting for anything particularly in the Premier League, like we're not going to get Champions League football, we're just kind of fighting to see how high we can finish between now and the end of the season with our 4 remaining league games left. What was interesting them for now is that now they're fighting for next season. The new manager, whoever is out there, whoever the new manager is, if we know who the new manager of Arsenal football is going to be, he's going to be looking at today's game and thinking, right, he's good enough, he's not so good enough. So if I was a player going out today, I'd be making, absolutely certain, and my absolute objective is to play the best I can possibly play, because I'm fighting for my place here at Arsenal Football Club next season. Now, the irony of that is that if you don't want to play for Arsenal next season, you ain't going to care how you play between now and the end of the season. But, if I was an Arsenal player right now, I'd be trying to, showcase everything, every single strength that I had in my locker, trying to showcase that and trying to put across to the new manager, whoever that is, really. And, obviously second half, comes from a corner, Moneral on the volley, lovely first goal, and you think from then Arsenal are going to kick on and kind of get the scoreline that we've just seen, 4-1, but you thought Arsenal were going to dominate right from as soon as they got that goal, and they kind of did really, but then we kind of just sat off and allowed West Ham to come back into the game. They got the equaliser for Arnautović, a lovely, beautiful goal. We couldn't get it away. We had, chance after chance of getting it away. It then fell to Arnautović down left side and he hit it in. And then, of course, in the last 10 minutes, Aaron Ramsey pops up to put Arsenal ahead, and then 2 great goals from Alexandre Lacazette, showing why we bought him and the amount of money that we spent for him was justified in today's result, particularly in that last 5 minutes. He kind of came alive after having a fairly slow and extremely quiet game. He kind of came alive in the last kind of 5 minutes. Aubameyang came on as well in the second half, which I was very baffled by. And I look, looking at the team selection, Aubameyang is cup tied. He's not going to feature against Atletico Madrid on Thursday. I thought it'd be the other way around. Start Aubameyang, put Lacazette on the bench. So I was really baffled by that decision. I kind of thought, what, is Aubameyang not cup tied anymore? Is he going to play against Atletico? But looking at it now, I kind of actually see why Wenger's gone with that. And again, we've got these very interesting team selections, how we say. I think he's going to do that, and potentially why he started Lacazette, to give him, some practice and get him into, a bit of confidence going into that Atletico game. Obviously, Lacazette was involved in the goal that we scored last weekend against Newcastle, but losing that game, his confidence probably was shot down even more. So to come on and start today, most importantly for Arsenal, and remain the 90 minutes, which is never ever, like Lacazette never normally lost 90 minutes. To get 90 minutes under his belt, to get 2 goals, it will give him a lot of confidence going into that absolutely crucial game against Atletico Madrid. And it was an up and down game. West Ham had their chances, we had our chances, but our kind of dominance over the 90 minutes was reflected in the scoreline. Like, even though West Ham played well and caused us a couple of decent chances, overall Arsenal better and thoroughly deserved the win. And in the last kind of 10 minutes, we showed what we're about and got a very convincing and very comfortable win in the end, although it wasn't as comfortable as that throughout the 90 minutes, and it wasn't as exciting as it should be. So that's really kind of the game kind of rounded up and reviewed. Now, in terms of talking about the atmosphere, because obviously the news broke out on Friday that Arsene Wenger is leaving Arsenal Football Club at the end of the season. Now, I said, and I obviously did a video about this on Friday, and I said that I thought he had stepped down himself. I thought he recognised that he took Arsenal too far, and he thought that this was the right time to go, and it was the right moment for this football club to move along and accept change and kind of go into a new era, looking to get back into the Champions League and ultimately hopefully go back to what we know that Arsenal could do, and that is challenge for Premier League titles. But looking at his pre-match interview on Sky Sports this afternoon, and looking at his just mannerism and the way that he's come across, I think he's got sacked. I generally do think he's got sacked. I actually think our board have actually, stood up and are now counted, and they've actually got some bottle, and they've got the cojones. They've got the cojones to say to Arsene Wenger that, we are sacking you. You are leaving at the end of the season, but we're not going to say to everyone, it'd be a very hostile way to go out, particularly after devoting 22 years of your life to a football club, to then get sacked. It would leave particularly sour taste in everybody's mouth, really. So, to give him the perfect send-off and to, send him out in a blaze of glory, which he does deserve, despite all the negativity that we've had in the most recent years, what he did right when he came to Arsenal Football Club, he deserves to be sent off in a shower of praise, like, honestly. And I know I haven't been his biggest fan in recent years, but he deserves respect and dignity, and to leave this club with his head held high, really. And that is what we're going to be doing between now and the end of the season, hopefully wrapping it up with a European trophy to take us back into the Champions League. Would be a great way for Arsenal and Arsene Wenger to bow out as Arsenal manager, really. But that's for a completely different day. But looking at his interview, if he had stepped down and had kind of said that, I've taken this club as far as I can take it, I think in that pre-match interview he would have been, talking about how he thanks the fans and how he's had a fantastic 22 years of service, how he has, been thankful each and every day, thanking his staff, his players, and, just, appreciating everybody that has helped him have the easiest career that he possibly can have. And not just for Arsenal, as you see with all the tributes that are flowing in over the last couple of days, he has not just helped Arsenal players, but he's revolutionised English football, the way that English football was played going into the 21st century, in terms of the way that players, how they, their dietary habits, how they were kept physically in shape, their fitness, he worked on a manner of all different things. It wasn't just how you play football, it was about the complete package as a player. But the way that he acted today suggests to me that he was sacked, really. And that, I can see why, and I've been saying, Wenger, please just leave or, get sacked. And what I don't understand is, why didn't they do this last season? Why did they give him a 2-year contract extension when they thought in the back of their mind that they were going to let him go at the end of this season? It really doesn't make any sense. And to be fair, our board don't really make sense, if I'm being perfectly honest. The Emirates was quite full today. It wasn't at full capacity. On Thursday, it's going to be a sellout crowd for Arsenal against Atletico, which is the game of our season, really. But today there was plenty more seats than what there would have been had this announcement not been made. So that was nice to see. The atmosphere was great, and in the end we get ourselves a very, very good win, and we look to cement that 6th place. I mean, now we've got Manchester United next Sunday at Old Trafford, the final time Wenger faces the Manchester United team. That's going to be a special game. A big game in his last ever home game at the Emirates in the Premier League as Arsenal host Burnley. That's going to be a crucial game. And then we've got away trips to Huddersfield and Leicester to play Leicester. And we finish our Premier League season in Wenger's final ever game as Huddersfield. So he goes away to Huddersfield. That's going to be his last ever game for Arsenal. As if he gets into the Europa League final, that will be his official last game. But his official last Premier League game will be away at Huddersfield. So the beginning of the end is here. We now move and turn our attention to Thursday night playing Atletico Madrid. That is going to be an absolutely pivotal game for our season. It really is going to be. That is going to be absolutely huge. Not sure what team. I think he's going to put out his strongest team possible. Lacazette's got 2 goals, so his confidence will be, floating. I'm not sure if Mkhitaryan will be back, coming fresh from injury. Ozil should be back. Ramsey, as I said, has got himself a goal. And, if we can sort out our defence, we've got a very, very good chance to get Atletico. But it's one of those games that I just don't know. I really don't know. So, it's going to be interesting, and I will be rejoining you for analysing Arsenal when we play our first leg against Atletico on Thursday night. It's absolutely crucial. I'm absolutely bricking it. And then we have Manchester United. So we've got 2 huge games. Like, honestly, these are 2 massive games. The Manchester United game isn't as big because, it's like we're not really playing anything. But yeah, Thursday, 26th of April, 8:05, kick-off as Arsenal face Atletico Madrid. And that is where I'm going to rejoin you for the next Analysing Arsenal. Thanks so much for watching this one. Been a very interesting Analysing Arsenal. I'm so glad I'm getting back into the swings of doing YouTube videos. And I just want to say thank you so much for the support that you showed over this very, very crazy week. I've got a podcast coming out in the next couple of days talking about what exactly has been going on and filling you and giving you guys all the juicy gossip. So please make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Check out my other great content as well, and follow me on Twitter at DJBagpuss998. And until next time, this is DJ Bagpuss signing out. Take care, and I shall speak to you all very, very soon. Take care, and I shall see you all later.